Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Speedtest Tracker 2 on a Cosmos Cloud. I'll go over from start to finish and show you a working version at the end. So, a little bit about this series. I'm going over home labs, or installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So, let's get back to your registered programming. So this is what we'll be installing today, Speedtest Tracker. I call it 2 because there was a older version that stopped being maintained, and this person took it up and made it even better. So Speedtest Tracker is a self-hosted internet performance tracking application that runs speed test checks against the Ookla speed test service. Also, here's some screenshots of it. It's pretty nice. It's got a pretty nice UI. So we'll get to installing that. I'm going to start on Big Bear Video Assets. There will be a link down in the YouTube description to get to this. And I'm going to scroll down to how to install Speedtest Tracker 2 on Cosmos Cloud right here. Then I'm going to go into the Docker Pose. So version 3.3 is being used. Services, and then the service underneath the service is called Speedtest Tracker. The container name is called Speedtest Tracker. I'm going to set some ports. So 8080 is on the host side, and 80 is on the container. 8443 is on the host side, and 443 is in the container. Now on the left side is the host side, and on the right side is container. If the host side does have port conflicts with another port on your host, then you can change this. You cannot change the container's port though. Okay, now I'm going to set some environment variables. So a user ID for file permissions, and then the group ID for file permissions. The DB connection is MySQL. The DB host is DB, and that aligns with this service down here, a DB. And then the DB port is 3306. And then the database is Speedtest Tracker. And then the database username is Speedy. The database password is password, and then the time zone is whatever your time zone is. And then I'm going to set some volumes. So etc local time is on the host side, and on the container side is etc local time, and then read only. Data, app data, Speedtest Tracker 2, and then config, that's on the host side. You can change the host side of these, but do not change this one, the local time. And data, app data, Speedtest Tracker 2 web, and then on the container side is config, and in the container side is etc SSL web. Now the image is coming from this one, so GitHub, and then the path to the Docker image, and then the latest tag is being used, and then a restart unless stopped. So if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart, but if it fails or any other reason, then it will try to restart. I'm going to set it depends on the DB down here, the DB service, and then the MariaDB, and then version 10, which is the Docker tag right here. And then restart always. That means that if you stop it, it will always try to restart no matter what. The environment variable is MariaDB, a database, Speedtest Tracker, MariaDB, a user, Speedy, MariaDB, a password is password. The MariaDB, a random root password is going to generate a random root password. And then data, app data, Speedtest Tracker 2, and then a DB. This is on the host side, and on the container side is var lib MySQL. So do not change the container side. And these environment variables right here should align with these environment variables, because this container right here is connecting to this database right here and storing the data. So that's a little bit about the Docker Compose. So I'm going to go up here to copy raw file. Then I'm going to go over to my Cosmos Cloud and get this installed. So now I'm going to start on the Cosmos Cloud dashboard. I'm going to go to Serve Apps. And then I'm going to go to Import Compose File up here. Now I'm going to paste in the Docker Compose that we had, and I'm going to press next. Now it's going to show you a JSON object. I'm going to say create. I really like how it shows you what it's doing. It's pulling the Docker images off, getting them extracted. So it's service created, so it looks like it was a success. So I'm going to close this, and you can see that it's over here and it's over here. So we have two containers up as serve apps. So we're going to get to setting up the URLs now. So now on the Speedtest Tracker one, we're going to need to create a URL. So the name, description, the container name, the container port, which is 80, HTTP, and then the port that will be on the host is the IP address of the Cosmos Cloud, and then 7200. And looks good. So we're going to confirm now. Okay, now we've created the URL. So here we go over here. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now we're going to need to go into the URL right here, click on the cog, and then we're going to need to go to security. We're going to need to forward IP and host headers to target, so it actually knows what our IP address and port is. So I'm going to scroll down, press save, refresh. There we go. That's changed. Okay, so if you noticed that the Speedtest Tracker fails to start and it goes into restarting. So I'm going to go ahead and go to details right here, and then IP address. I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to go over, and you see it's restarting. I'm going to go into details. I'm going to go to Docker, then scroll down to DB host right here. I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to scroll down, update container. Okay, now we should have a working system, and we do. It says all set now, and it shouldn't be restarting. It's running now. So now we're going to go over the container options. So you can see it's running. You can see Speedtest Tracker. You can check for updates, pause, stop, restart, recreate, and then kill container. Same options with the DB over here. You can isolate the container network and then auto update container. You can see the URLs down here. You can go into the image, ID, IP address, and then the health. You can look at the logs. You can save the terminal, and then Docker. You can see the image, restart policy, and then interactive mode. You can see the environment variables and the labels, and then you just press update container if you change those. You can go into network. You can see the host port and the container ports. Just update the ports right here if you change them or if you add to them. You can go into storage. You can see the binds, and you can add a new one, a volume or a bind. You can go unmount it. You can also see the Docker networks down here on the network tab. So that's a little bit about the container options. So now I'm going to go over the URL options. So I'm going to go in this cog right here. And then you can see the description, the URL, and then the target for the URL. Because the way Cosmos Cloud works is you create a URL, and then it goes inside the container, proxies inside of it, and it's that target right there. And you can see it's a serve app. You can go to setup tab, and you can change the name, description, the mode of the proxy, and then the container name, container port, container protocol, a result target preview, and then the use a host down here. So this is what it will be listening on, to where on the host side you go into a 37D200 port, and then it goes to this target right here. You can change the path prefix. You can set authentication required. You can turn on and off Smart Shield protection, restrict access to Constellation VPN, advanced settings over a host header, whitelist inbound IPs. So you can also go in the security tab. You can turn on authentication required over here, admin only, forward IP and host headers to target, disable header hardening, turn on and off Smart Shield protection options right here, and then the limits, and then block custom bots, and then block request for a header. So that's a little bit about the URL options. So now I'm going to go to the app now. So you can go to it from the home page. You can also go in the serve apps. You can go through here. You can also go in the URLs and you can go through it through here. So I'm going to go into it. So I'm going to go to sign in. Now you can put the email as admin@example.com, and then the password is password. And then now I'm going to sign in. Now you have the download, upload, ping. You can have charts down here. I'm going to say Q speed test. You can go under results and you can see results here. Once you have a history, you can go to users and you can edit the user, view the user, and then a new user up here. You can go to general. You can change the site name, a display time zone, time format, speed test schedule. So you can change the cron job and what it's scheduled at to run the speed test. You can change the speed test servers down here. You can also enable InfluxDB, and you can add the config down here for it and then press the save changes. You can go into notifications, enable database notifications, mail notifications, and Telegram, and then press save changes. You can also edit the thresholds, so you can turn on absolute thresholds right here. And then you can also delete the data if you'd want to and start all over. So I'm going to go back to dashboard and you can see it come in. So the download, upload, and then the latest ping. You can see a nice graph down here of what's happening with the ping and jitter. So you can also go over here. You can change the theme to light theme, to dark theme. And whenever you change to dark, you do have to reload the page. And then you can go ahead and change to auto. You can also sign out. So that's a little bit about the UI. So I just went over step by step on getting Speedtest Tracker running on Cosmos Cloud. If you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or you need community support, you can go down to the Big Bear community and join our discourse. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.